Hi guys, it's day 2 of making food with Lucas. Today we're gonna do like a little enchilada turkey stir fry thingy with couscous because it's like a little bit healthier. So what I gotta do first is we gotta get a salt. Well, first we got a little bag of stuff that we just bought. So we got some corn to throw in there. That's like Tex-Mex and stuff. We have salsa for some flavor. We got the Cholula hot sauce, which just I love it. Then we have the enchilada sauce. We have black beans, obviously, some diced little chilies, add some heat, and finally, but not least, we have the couscous, which is essentially the carb in the meal. So first, we're gonna get a little saucepan right here. We're gonna fill it up with about, I'm gonna say, about a half a cup of water, because that's like a good amount of that. So first, we're gonna, on here it has the little measurements. So we're gonna put it up to half the cup right here. So to get that in, a little bit more, and that's about half a cup. So I'm gonna put it on the smaller burner because we're gonna be using that one for something else. I'm gonna put it on max heat because we're just trying to get it cooking really quickly. And that's just to essentially make this be able to be eaten because, as you all know, like any carb, like rice, it's gonna start, or pasta even, it's gonna start off really dry, and we do not want. Oh yeah, you can see that right here. Let me throw this out real quick, but the cameraman can zoom in on that to show you that it's just little dry, hard little balls. And while you guys are looking at that and looking at the other stuff, I'm gonna get out the other measuring thing if I remember where I put it. It's not in there. Water's already boiling. That's my bad. So now we're gonna take this. We're gonna open this little guy up. And while we're doing that, I'm also just gonna move this stuff over a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna get this, and then we're also gonna grab our measuring cup. We're gonna put in another about half a cup. That is a little bit more. And that is just under, so now it goes right there. I'll wrap this up here and put it back in the cabinet. So now with this here, we're gonna throw this in here. All in. We're gonna get this little wood guy, gonna spread it out and turn off the heat. And I forgot to get the lid, but I need to grab the lid now, because since we just need to mix it up a little bit to make sure all the water's in. And since that's on, I'm gonna put on one, let it simmer for about 5 minutes. Get the rest of the couscous that's in there, pour that in, and now it's just gonna soak up all the heat with the lid on for simmering for 5 minutes, like I said. Just there, boom, boom, and 5 minutes. And now that should be ready to go in 5 minutes. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna season and prepare the turkey. As if you remember yesterday, like I said, I could really season my meat a lot because I find that's really how you get the most flavor out of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this all over here so blood doesn't get over everywhere. I'm gonna keep this over here actually because that's what I'm gonna be using. Then, if you guys remember, I hate how bloody and gross this is. So we're gonna kind of just pour this stuff out because there is a weirdly large amount of blood. And now since that's all out, we're gonna pour this in here. Today, I'm happy because I don't really need to use my hands as much to form patties and stuff. It's just mainly gonna be for mixing up all the seasoning again. So we're gonna get some of that, some of this. Got some garlic powder, some more salt. We're gonna need some onion powder, some pepper. Ow, that's my elbow. We're gonna get some paprika, some red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes right here, paprika, and yeah, we're just gonna go in with the seasoning. I'm gonna start with a generous amount of onion powder, followed by a generous amount of everything else, because we like flavor. Good amount of onion powder. Next, we're gonna throw in some garlic powder. Then we're gonna get some paprika. And all this stuff really does is just elevate the meal because you don't want dry, untasty meat, especially in a Tex-Mex bowl, which the meat is essentially the star of it. And so So like I was saying yesterday, I'm really gonna be trying to do like lots of different things, from Tex-Mex bowls to just random stuff. If you guys have like recommendations of what you guys want me to do, let me know. Shoot me a text or just even comment it, because I'm open to making essentially anything. And like today, someone asked for me to make a Tex-Mex bowl. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna make a Tex-Mex bowl. Your wish is my command, as I think the saying goes. Continuing, I really want to do like baking stuff and just making like homemade noodles, stuff like that. And oh, I hate this part so damn much. It's just so gross. Like oh, it's just so nasty. It's so nasty. But at the end of the day, it's worth it, because oh my god, it's so freaking gross. Don't you think so, cameraman? Oh my god, I just hate that so much. So now, wash the hands again. As you remember from yesterday, I wash my hands a lot just because I find all this stuff so gross. But small price to pay for some good food. Yeah, like this whole thing, it's gonna be like kind of fun because I'm gonna learn new things. Like you see over there, I have a recipe open, because just as much as you guys are watching and maybe learning, I'm also in the process of learning, because cooking's a nice little fun activity. And I'm really looking, yesterday I really enjoyed it, so hopefully today goes just as well. We got about 1:30 left on the couscous before we add everything together, so I'm gonna take the pan out actually. My hand's actually very wet still. So we're gonna put that there. And if you remember from yesterday, I'd like to throw that thing on 6 to get it start heating up. And let's see what the recipe says from here. We're gonna essentially get the turkey start going. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get my favorite Kirkland spray. Kirkland, you can sponsor me if you want. Give that a little spray so that nothing sticks. And then since that's in there now, it's starting to heat up. I'm gonna let that heat up for a second longer. Oh yeah, but another big thing we're gonna need to do, take off all the tops of those cans, which I just forgot about, which is gonna be annoying. But get this boy in here now. There we go. Now use this to get the rest of it out, because we're not using this in the couscous anymore, because once the couscous is ready, we're gonna be using a fork to kind of fluff it, if you guys know what that means. Get this guy in here with some warm water again, just to help get the turkey off the sides and make it not as sticky, because warm water really helps with that cleaning aspect of it all. Get that in there. Sorry if the camera got a little bit wet there. But now, essentially, we're just gonna break this whole piece down into a bunch of like small little giblets almost of turkey. That's done. So, excuse me. Then grab this little fork here. I like taking the bigger one. Oh yeah, you can see it's really like, yeah, like cameraman can attest for this, but like you can see that definitely picked up like a lot more size. Like if you remember how much I put in there, it was a little bit compared to how much it just made. So now we're just gonna leave this uncovered for a couple minutes while we actually wait for the rest of this to come together, because we're just really just cooking up turkey now, and then we're gonna add everything together, from the enchilada sauce to the rice green chilies, and then the black beans, or haricot noir, whatever that means. Not really the best French person myself, so I'm gonna move over here, get the trusty little fellow that helps take the lids off of these. So I'm gonna get this done pretty quickly, or at least try to get it done pretty quickly, because 27 minutes is pretty long. Maybe a little short than 27 minutes. If not, it's all good. Because some days there's gonna be some really long videos, some days there's gonna be short ones. That's another thing that I'm looking forward to. It's just gonna be the big difference in how everything is just so wide if you think about it. Because some days we could do a short one, like it's cooking, for all we know, an omelet. And then some days it could be me baking something from scratch, or making noodles from scratch into like a carbonara or something along those lines. The whole point of what I'm just trying to say right now is I'm willing to go anywhere with this. Whether it be cheat meals, whether it be like really healthy stuff. Oh, I hate the way beans look. And before we open the last one, I'm just gonna move this around a little more because it says just to brown it up a lot. And how you do that, you break it up into small pieces. So you make it pretty edible for yourself. So you don't want to be choking on pieces of turkey while trying to enjoy your Tex-Mex enchilada bowl. And if you guys are wondering why I use turkey so much, I just really like the macros that it has in it. It's a really good lean meat that's really good for you. And I'm just gonna turn it down because I don't want it to burn. And I'm gonna go back to open the rest of the base. And I did a math test yesterday. It was a hard math test. I'm gonna be completely honest. I went in with probably a little too much confidence, and I think I'm gonna pay for that. But at the end of the day, what have you learned? Like I said yesterday when I burnt my finger. Hopefully today I don't burn my finger again, because that would just be, oh, and I made a little spillage. It's all good though. Yeah. Wash it off real quickly. Then, yeah. I'm just gonna open everything up right now, giving you guys like a little debrief of the past day or so. Just like I saw you guys yesterday. Here's another little mix. But yeah, so I don't really think I talked about this yesterday, but yeah, this meat's definitely looking good. But I'm gonna try to be posting 3 to 5 times a week if I can. Pretty busy with school, sports, and other stuff. But you know, this whole thing's just for fun. How do you even open this thing? Oh, it's one of these things. I hate these darn things. They're so hard to open. Well, if this can open, well, it's fine since it's taking time because we're just waiting for the turkey to cook, I guess. But it should be pretty good. I'm really looking forward to trying this meal out. It's just turkey, some beans, corn. It's just a bunch of stuff that's honestly just good for you, and it's just all mixed together. So I'm thinking it's gonna be really good. I'm hoping it's really good because I love trying new things, and this is a new thing. So we got this hot sauce open now. Make sure there's no little thingy on that too. Yeah, we're all good there. So now since that's really starting to brown up and get really cooked, as you can see, there's some bits that are a little bit burnt. Maybe that's just flavor if you really think about it. So we're just gonna keep on mixing her up a little bit. And then with down here, if I can find it, there should be a strainer, I believe. Don't know where it is, but the strainer's not there. So let's use the bigger ones. Yeah, we'll use this guy right here. This one works perfect. Okay. So now we're gonna take the beans and we're gonna pour them down the sink into this little container. I'm just gonna leave this stuff here to clean up after. And then my mom likes to tell me that you're supposed to clean them off to make sure they're actually like clean and stuff on the inside. And like you can see, like look in the sink, it's kind of gross, but that's like all the extra stuff that was on it. Some people like that. I'm not the biggest fan of it. That's honestly just your personal preference. So I'm just gonna let this dry for a minute. Right here. And while I'm letting that dry, I'm gonna open up the corn and throw the corn in with the ground turkey because so it gets a little bit more flavor. I believe I need scissors for this. Yeah, I'm gonna need to take some scissors. But yeah, so if you guys have recommendations on what you guys want to make or attempt to make, definitely like, let me know because I love cooking, so I'm willing to cook anything for you guys. Got corn in there, freshly bought corn actually. I don't want fresh corn, but we just bought it. So this is gonna go back in the freezer. Make sure it stays all right, and I can use it again in the future if need be. And I think we're gonna add the beans as well, and then the sauce, and then give it a little cover so that it can really all just get a bunch of flavor. Throw the whole container of that in. Not all the beans, but a fair amount of them. Not really measuring this, just Just gonna throw a bunch in, I'm gonna be honest. And now we're gonna give it a little mix, and then we're gonna give it a cover and give it like a couple minutes to make sure the corn gets like cooked and it's not soaking or like really hard. Unlike the carrots, because I love my carrots when they're a little crunchy, if you guys remember from yesterday. But like the smell is really good if you ask the cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like this is looking really good. This is looking like something I'm looking forward to eating. And now we're gonna grab the top of the wok, because that's where the lid is. There we go. Serve that little face. We're gonna throw that on, and we're gonna throw that on 3. And if you want to come over here, we're gonna give a little look at what the recipe says. It says to leave it for 3 to 5 minutes, and then make sure it's all combined, and then we're going to be done with day 2 of cooking. After we give it a little plating and everything, like adding some hot sauce and some of these things, and it's been like about 30 seconds, so I'm just gonna throw in a bunch of this now, because this is just a bunch of good flavor. I think that's a good amount. Just not really gonna mix that in too much, and throw some of this over it so it can be used again. So, here when it doesn't cut the first time, it makes the rest of the cut pretty weird. So we're gonna throw these guys in here with the rest of the leftovers and stuff like that. And so we have this done. As you can see, just regular couscous. Should be pretty tasty once I eventually eat it. And it makes more than just the amount you need for one serving, which is obviously a good sign. So it can be made to multiple things. Next we're gonna get a plate. I'm just gonna use there it is. One of these. Get a nice little serving of this. Gonna just fill up one side with some couscous. Gonna make it try to make it look a little bit nice. It's not obviously my goal. My goal is to make it taste good. Pat it down a little bit. Leave it in there. And then this part, we're gonna get this. Gonna put some salsa on top of the couscous, because one side is gonna be salsa with couscous, or couscous with salsa. That's the better way to say it. That's my bad. But I really like salsa, and then we're gonna throw some salsa on the bottom of it as well, just so that it can have some flavor. And then since that's there, I'm just gonna throw this in the dirty water in the sink already. I'm gonna top this off. I'm gonna throw a little hot sauce on the bottom of this and everything, because this is the best hot sauce like ever. And we're gonna throw even more on once it's done, which I think it's any minute now, honestly. Look how good that looks. This looks really good. But if you guys are wondering like why I'm not using cheese or anything like that, it's because I'm not like the biggest fan of cheese. Just kind of messes with my stomach, you know. Like, and I have to go to school after this, and I'm not really trying to punish myself. But if I'm pretty sure this is done, so I'm gonna turn the heat off. Oh, whoops! I'm gonna clean off the stove. We're gonna use this thingy again. Gonna get a nice couple scoops, or a bunch of scoops actually, because I'm pretty damn hungry. We're not eating yet today. Gonna just keep scooping and scooping until I have enough, and I'll have enough turkey and the rest of everything, because this actually looks really good and smells so good. So I think that's a good amount. Just a couple more beans and stuff on top. And then we're going to turn the heat off of that, which I forgot was on. And then finally, we're gonna top it off with some hot sauce. And just like yesterday, I'll give you guys another little taste test. We use a fork we use for the couscous. Just get a little mix of couscous first with hot sauce and everything. Got a little taste. Super good. Now turkey with some beans and corn on it, as you can see. That's a damn good meal. So that's day 2 of cooking with Lucas. I'll try to my best to make something tomorrow, and see you guys tomorrow.